Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's August 8th, 2016. Fitting day for hip hop news. Hip hop, HH, is often abbreviated 8-8, like today's date, August 8th. H is the eighth letter. In the headlines, Troy Ave, the young hip hop artist, is suing the venue where he was shot by himself on May 26th when there was a backstage shooting at a concert where T.I., hip hop artist, was the headliner. What I'm going to show you in this video is why that shooting happened May 26th, the anniversary date of when T.I. started his prison sentence for illegal weapons possession, and why the lawsuit is being made today, August 8th. If you're new to my channel, I am exposing how Freemasonry controls the media, controls the entertainment industry, including commercial hip-hop, and scripts news by the numbers. This is another shining example. If you haven't seen the videos I've put out in the last 24 hours, I've put out two very special videos in regards to hip-hop: the death of Big L by the numbers, and also the death of Eazy-E by the numbers, also looking at the NWA film Straight Outta Compton. If you watch those videos, you're going to see that I talk about the exact same numbers in them that I'm about to talk about right here. Troy Ave, the artist name, who's making the lawsuit today, who's also facing attempted murder charges and some other things stemming from the May 26th shooting where he accidentally shot himself. Troy Ave, his name in gematria sums to 106, the number of prophecy. I'm sure people who watch BET are thinking of 106 in Park. The number 106 for prophecy is very important to Freemasonry and the Zionists who run media and so much more. They work from the book of prophecy, the book of Revelation, the final book in the Bible. It is their playbook, if you will. If we were looking at the world as a football game, Revelation is the coach's playbook, and they code from it again and again in all their strategic propaganda. So Troy Ave has this gematria of 106, like prophecy. Prophecy, the small way, sums to 52. Today's date, August 8th, 2016, is a date with 52 numerology, tying right in with his name, the prophecy code. The people he's suing, Irving Plaza, the venue, Live Nation, I think the promoter for the concert, they have gematria that ties right in. In Revelation, the book of prophecy, the Church of Philadelphia is named in regards to who will rule in the end times, and that is the false Jews known as the synagogue of Satan. Along with the verse about the Church of Philadelphia is a mention of the key of David, which is an instrument in bringing about prophecy. The key of David has gematria of 135. The city of Philadelphia, which is mentioned next to the key of David in Revelation, was established on a date with 135 numerology. Irving Plaza shares this gematria. So the significance is the tie through prophecy, the book of Revelation. Live Nation, the promoter in gematria, sums to 121 and 49, just like Revelation, the book of prophecy, where the key of David's named from. And the original capital of this nation was Philadelphia. It temporarily moved to New York until Washington, D.C., the new capital, was finished. Washington equals 49. New York's date of establishment, very much connected to Revelation, plus more. All three places the capital of this nation has been have the Revelation connections, the most heavy. No coincidence, because this entire nation was established out of the book of Revelation. Why? Because Freemasons built this nation. Freemasons are still running this nation. New York's date of establishment, July 26, 1788, a date with 121 numerology like Revelation. Revelation in English gematria sums to 726, a lot like the date July 26th. No coincidence. We're going to talk about the significance between the span of days from the shooting, 74 days until today, the date of the lawsuit. But check this out. The day the shooting happened, May 26th, it was the anniversary date of T.I. going to prison in 2009, the 7-year anniversary. Also, it was the date that the Louisiana governor signed the bill Blue Lives Matter, which is about protecting police by increasing armor, increasing firepower. And a lot of these shootings are being used as propaganda for the reasoning why police in all states should sign the Blue Lives Matter bill. It was first signed in Louisiana. Check this out. Blue Lives Matter in Gematria sums to 58 and 67, just like Freemasonry. The date the bill was signed, the same date as the numerology of the shooting, was a date with a 67 connection. Freemasonry, same numbers as Blue Lives Matter. Alton Sterling, remember that shooting? Came out early in the day, and then later in the day, the news of the Philando Castile. Alton Sterling shooting happened in Louisiana, where the Blue Lives Matter bill was. Alton Sterling, 5867. Philando Castile, 6776. Notice how all these numbers are interrelated. The shooting, the rappers that were involved in it the day of in New York were from the Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood, Gematria of 67. Very Masonic neighborhood I talk about a lot. Roland Collins, the birth name of Troy Ave in Gematria, also sums to 58 and 67. He's from Bedford-Stuyvesant. Here's his birth name right here, Roland Collins, born November 23rd, 1985. Gematria right here. Notice he was born in Brownsville, New York. Brownsville has that Gematria 52, like today's date numerology, also connected to prophecy. The date he was born, a date with 138 numerology. The city of New York also has that 138 numerology. He's from New York. The date he was born has a life lesson number of 57. Scottish Rite equals 57, as in Scottish Rite Freemasonry. This is also a number very much connected to sports championships. And when I wrote about this shooting the day of, I talked about how within the photos of the people involved, there was a New York Giants jacket and a guy wearing a Colts hat. And we're going to revisit that. In these propaganda stories made for mainstream audiences, they code details that have predictive programming for future rig spectacles, from rig shootings to rig Super Bowls. And at the time when they showed this New York Giants jacket, this Indianapolis Colts hat, I'd already been writing for months that I was pretty sure that would be the upcoming Super Bowl. I could be wrong about that, but we're going to talk about that here in just a moment in the video. First, more of his birth numerology. Date with 30 numerology. Saturn equals 30. Special entity and this esoteric practice of worshiping numbers. Saturn, the keeper of time. The numbers of Saturn, very significant. Also a date with 119 numerology he was born on. Star of David equals 119. All-seeing eye, the symbols of the Zionists on our money. From today's news until the day of his birthday is 107 days, and he's suing over the shooting in Gematria, 107. From the date of the shooting until the date of his birthday, 181 days. 181 is the 42nd prime. 42 is a number that's stamped on black people in a negative way again and again. The word gun in Gematria sums to 42. The day T.I. went to prison, May 26, 2009, was a date with a life lesson number of 42. 181, the 42nd prime. To go off on a small tangent, to show an example of the world of rigged professional sports, if you missed my work on the NBA Finals, I said it would be a repeat of the Finals. In November, I said the Cavs would defeat the Warriors this year. That came true. The year before, in February, I predicted that the NBA Finals would be Warriors and Cavs. That also came true. I've made these predictions based off these numbers. When I said that the Cavs would win the NBA Finals, I was talking a lot about the number 106. I was talking about how Game 7 would fall on the real King James's birthday. I want you to look at this. LeBron James, at the end of Game 7, went up for this monster dunk. He got fouled. He fell to the floor and rolled around and acted like he was hurt. The clock froze right on 10.6. And if you go to my video about why the Cavs will come back from down 3-1 to winning Game 7, you can read all the comments on that video. I talked a whole lot about the number 106. There's hundreds of comments of people saying, oh my God, I can't believe LeBron was rolling on the ground at 10.6 after all you said about 106 all season. Remember, Troy Ave equals 106, this number of prophecy. Look at this. The score was 92 to 89, a sum of 181 points. LeBron came into Game 7 having scored 181 points through the first 6 games. 181 is the 42nd prime. LeBron James equals 42, number stamped all over black people. Golden State was down with 89. King James equals 89. This game was played on the real King James's birthday. LeBron would score one more point. The final score would be 93 to 89. Oracle Arena equals 93. Saturn equals 93. Saturn, the keeper of time. None of this is coincidence. Look at this. The day before Villanova won the college championship, Villanova out of Philadelphia, there was a 106-mile-per-hour Amtrak crash. Philadelphia named from Revelation, the book of prophecy. Villanova defeated North Carolina, who were in their 106th season. Last year, before the Warriors won the NBA Finals, there was a 106-mile-per-hour train wreck in Philadelphia. The Warriors are originally from Philadelphia. Warriors equals 49 and 121, just like Revelation, originally from Philadelphia, the city named from Revelation. Oracle Arena, where LeBron was rolling on the ground with 10.6, is 106 feet tall. He was born in Akron, Ohio, as was Steph Curry, as was Nate Thurmond. Nate Thurmond died 27 days after the NBA Finals at age 74. LeBron scored 27. It was the Cavs' 103rd game of the season. 103 is the 27th prime number. Before the NBA Finals Game 7, it was reported that Anton Yelchin, the young movie star, died at age 27, crushed by his own car. He had birth numerology of 103, one of many ritual sacrifices for LeBron and the Cavs during the time of the NBA Finals. It was also the day of Game 7. It was the 106th Father's Day. The Warriors came in. It was their 106th game of the season. They went down to the Cavs, just like how North Carolina in their 106th season went down to Villanova. Villanova won their 57th tournament game ever, winning the championship. I said how 57 connects to championship. It was also the real King James's birthday, who was born June 19th, 1566, a date with 106 numerology. Interesting, he's born in the year 66, has a Bible named after him. Religion equals 89, King James equals 89. LeBron James equals 42, Bill Russell equals 42, LeBron the Big Way equals 66. LeBron became the first player since 66 to go to 6 straight NBA championships. The last was Bill Russell. The reason they killed Nate Thurmond 27 days after the NBA Finals is because Nate Thurmond is LeBron's dad. Nate Thurmond played for the Warriors and the Cavs, had the number 42, retired with both teams. 42. Nate Thurmond looks just like LeBron James, even has the same receding hairline. And they murdered his dad at age 74 after the NBA Finals, just like they murdered Muhammad Ali at age 74 after Game 1. Muhammad Ali became boxing champion in 64, the same year Cleveland as a city last won a pro sports championship. Boxer equals 64, Miami Beach equals 64, where Muhammad Ali became champion in 64. Born in 42, dead at 74. A few days after his death, Kimbo Slice from Miami, dead at 42, born in 74. Both fighters. Florida Marlins slipped up and announced Muhammad Ali's death hours before anyone knew he died. He threw out the pitch there on the 44-year anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. on April 4th. There's even more. So anyway, back to the shooting. Just wanted to establish the significance of these numbers. From the date, May 26th, that it happened to the lawsuit today is 74 days. Jury equals 74. Judge equals 47. Here's some more 74s. Rapper, 74. Masonic, 74. Jewish, 74. Occult, 74. The date of the shooting this year was a date with 47 numerology as well as 67, which we talked about. 47, the reflection is 74. May 26th was also the 147th day of the year. Words with 47 gematria: obey, judge, gavel, mafia, authority. Special numbers. The Zionist state of Israel, established in the year 47. You'll notice up here it's 2 months and 13 days as well. 213, a number connected to the killing of young black men. There was one fatality at this shooting. I think his name was Ronald McPherson, the same gematria as New York City. I see the 10 weeks and 4 days as well. 10-4, message received. The new One World Trade Center, 104 stories tall. The date the United States of America was established was a date with 104 numerology. In the year 1776, the new tower in New York is 104 stories, 1,776 feet tall. USA, the United States of America, was established as part of an agenda about establishing the nation of Israel, the Zionist nation. Jerusalem, which has a USA right in the middle, sums to 104. I also noticed the 106,000 minutes. 106. Here's a headline from the night of, "You can hear the gunshots." You know, all this propaganda is about entertaining people too. In America, people like their action-packed news, their bullshit news. "You can hear the gunshots" has gematria of 96, just like Freemason. It's the Freemasons doing this. Let's go back and read the reporting from the night of. An upstart rapper from Brooklyn, New York equals 223, like Masonic, like the Synagogue of Satan. An upstart rapper from Brooklyn with a score to settle was captured on surveillance video opening fire backstage during a T.I. concert, killing one and wounding two others at Irving Plaza, police sources said. Roland Collins, a.k.a. Troy Ave of Brownsville, accidentally shot himself in the leg during the chaos Wednesday night, sources said. Collins was charged with attempted murder and illegal weapons possession. Sources said he's expected to face a murder charge pending the results of the ballistics test. And again, this is who's now suing, countersuing, who the story's about today, 74 days later. Back then, decoded the same gematria, just showing the patterns. The suspect who was scheduled to perform at the show was feuding with rapper Mano, who was based in Bedford, Stuyvesant. Mano had just left the stage when his rival fired at least 5 shots from a 9mm. Remember, 5 and 9, when written out as words, code back to 42, the number they love to stamp on black men. Also, gun equals 42. From a 9mm handgun in a green room above the stage, sources said. Video shows the 33-year-old gunman barging into the backstage area just after 10 p.m., sporting a gold chain and opening fire as people scurried for cover. So that mention of the green room, green has Jewish gematria of 137, the 33rd prime. The shooter's 33 years old. False flag equals 33. It's a number they always code into their propaganda. Handgun itself has gematria of 33. Eventually, there might be a real move in this nation to make handguns illegal. Bed Stewie, as they call it for short, has gematria of 33, the big way 96, like Freemason. Bedford Stuyvesant, the full way 67, like Freemasonry. Also connects to Revelation, the book of prophecy. Mano, gematria of 52, like prophecy, like the numerology of today, the update in the news. Ronald Edgar McPhatter, 30, was shot in the midsection and died at Mount Sinai Beth Israel Hospital, Israel Zionism. The victim's mother said her son and the suspected shooter had known each other since junior high school. To appreciate my work, you have to understand the history of the Freemasons in this country and all the things that they occupy, from the media to hospitals. Most hospitals in this nation, most schools, most everything in this nation is controlled by Freemasons. This is how the truth never gets out. This guy's name, though, Ronald McPhatter, gematria, just like New York City. This is a New York City specific shooting. So notice here's the photos from the night of, the images they put out. T.I., I think this is Troy Ave. This is Mano, and this is Uncle Murda. We're going to talk about what's so funny about Uncle Murda wearing a Colts hat this year. It wasn't clear whether the gunman arrested Thursday at NYU Langone Medical Center intended to shoot McPhatter. City Councilman Jumaine Williams and others who knew McPhatter said he's captured on the chilling video entering the green room behind Troy Ave and then running past him as the rapper opens fire. Notice this image they put out? Checkerboard floor. Freemasonic lodges have these checkered floors. The black and white symbolism, the duality, the symbolism of a game, controlling the pieces. The Freemasons see we, the people of the world, as a bunch of pawns on the chessboard. The only other image in this story is a New York Giants jacket. And again, at this time on my blog, I'd been showing why there's a lot of foreshadowing for a Giants and Colts Super Bowl. I was saying then that I thought the NFC Championship would be Giants and Vikings. There's been some details in recent weeks that make me think the Super Bowl could just as well be Colts and Vikings. But just remember these teams. The Colts are going to be there. Will it be the Giants or the Vikings in the NFC, or possibly another team such as the Cardinals or Saints? We'll see. All of these teams have riddles behind them. Anyhow, before the rapper's arrest, the victim's mother wondered why the suspect didn't call to offer his condolences. If he cared about my son as much as he alleged he does, I would have received a call from him, Rose McFadder said. Rose McFadder has the same gematria as Mason. Edgar McFadder has the same gematria as Freemasonry. Shanduk McFadder, the other name mentioned, has gematria of 187, the homicide code. Is this a real family, the McFadder family? I don't think they are. I think all these names are bullshit made up for this propaganda story. The only person who died is someone who doesn't even exist. Court papers show that Ronald McFadder had a pending charge for attempted murder, accused of a grazing bystander during a shooting in the Flatiron district in November. He had denied the charges. And that's also part of the layers of this propaganda. Something the media is always trying to do is portray black men as violent, dangerous, criminals, people who belong in prison. Your average racist reads this headline and sees it as more programming that, oh yeah, these black people, they're so dangerous. You got these rappers, these fake studio gangsters like T.I., pretending like they're bad boys. I'm pretty sure T.I. never went to prison. I'm pretty sure that's all a hoax. All just part of his image. He gets to take a vacation from making some albums, build up his street cred. Irving Plaza, we didn't talk about it earlier. The small way it sums to 63. When you sum every number up to 63, it sums to 2016, like the year of the shooting. T.I., who had yet to take the stage, was not involved in the shooting and was unharmed. Again, this comes on the 7-year anniversary. Here's 50 Cent, another guy that's a total fraud, stooge, Zionist puppet. See my blog post on the release of all this guy's albums, all by the numbers. All these people are owned. T.I. says, our music is intended to save lives like it has mine and many others. Yeah. One bullet went through the floor and struck Christopher Vincent, 34, in the abdomen. Reached at Bellevue Hospital. He declined comment. Maggie Hextall, the name Maggie in gematria sums to 33, 26, shot in the leg, was also treated at Bellevue, where she was visited Thursday morning by 50 Cent. God is good, she wrote on Facebook. Investigators believe the gun was brought in the back entrance used by the performers and their entourages, the source said. A team of at least 6 cops were at the main entrance and guests had to go through a metal detector. The Union Square venue holds about 1,000 people. Maggie Hextall, the full name, also sums to 133 like government. Probably not a coincidence. This is all propaganda for a nation that's controlled by the same gang that runs media, government, entertainment, the world we live in as we know it. So let's get to why this is so funny that Uncle Murda is wearing this Colts hat. Uncle Murda, gematria of 112, just like Houston equals 112, who's hosting the upcoming Super Bowl, just like Andrew Luck, the quarterback of the Colts, equals 112, just like Horseshoe equals 112. Andrew Luck played his high school ball in Houston. His father, Oliver Luck, played his entire NFL career with the Houston Oilers. Oliver Luck in Pythagorean gematria sums to 47. Luck in simple English gematria sums to 47. Super Bowl 51 will be the 47th Super Bowl of the modern era. Bank on the Colts being there. And this just goes to show, either this is a major alignment from the universe or it proves my point. In these shootings, by the numbers, They dress these people up like puppets. They stage numbers. They stage items that foreshadow events to come, from future shootings to rigged sports. It's all one and the same. It all comes through the TV. It's all run by the Freemasons and Zionists. TV is 20 plus 22, 42. Freemason, the small way is 42. Zionism, the small way is 42. That's what the TV is. For the last piece, let's look at T.I., who was the headliner for the concert where the shooting happened. Birth name Clifford Joseph Harris Jr. I noticed that the name Clifford Joseph Harris has gematria of 111. New York equals 111. September 11th is the day that leaves 111 days left in the year. Also, gematria of 129. America in Jewish gematria sums to 129. If you add the junior in, Clifford Joseph Harris Jr. equals 121, like Revelation, like Live Nation, the promoter of the show. With the S exceptions, 139, like Freemasonry. Interesting that all three of his names in simple English gematria all sum to 73. That's the number that the Hebrew alphabet is based on, 37 and 73. The Hebrew alphabet is numbers and letters. This practice of coding numbers into words, gematria, is mostly a Jewish practice, Hebrew. His birthday date with 133 numerology, government. Most of these people who work in the mainstream, people like T.I., they're government propaganda agents. They use T.I. and these fake studio gangsters to rile up real young black men, so they go out and act a fool, and then they end up in the prison industrial complex. You know, T.I., he doesn't really go to prison. He just gets to take vacation, disappear from the mainstream, get some fake headlines. People out here, they have to go to prison, though. They're not born into privilege like T.I. T.I. born on a date with a life lesson number of 52, number of prophecy. Date with 34 numerology, Troy Ave. The number 139 is the 34th prime number. Interesting that his name equals 139, born on a date with 34 numerology. From the shooting to his birthday is 122 days, or 3 months and 30 days. Or, if you count the full span, it's 123 days like conspiracy, or 17 weeks and 4 days like T.I. in English gematria. Also like New World Order, which is just another alias for the Masonic Zionist world order that runs the show, exactly who I'm talking about. That's what the New World Order is. T.I. begins federal prison sentence May 26, 2009. Exactly 7 years to the day. Whenever they stage this news, it's always a tribute to the past, the story that connects to it, and to something to come in the future. That was a date with 60 numerology, the most hateful word for black people, sums to 60 and also 42. It was also a date with a life lesson number of 42. Moses Malone was murdered by the numbers this year at age 60. Kobe Bryant, who has a lot of parallels to Moses Malone, finished his career with 60 points in direct connection with the death of Moses Malone. Moses Malone was the first basketball player drafted from out of high school, drafted by Utah, ended up playing the majority of his career with Philly, the 76ers. Kobe Bryant, born in Philly, finished his career against Utah. You see the parallels? Kobe drafted out of high school. See my work on Kobe's retirement. If you've never seen it, I put out 3 videos because there's so much that was coded into his final game. All of these entertainers work for the same gang, the athletes, the musicians, the politicians, and all of their lives in the media are orchestrated by the numbers. Words with 42 gematria. Arkansas, one of 2 states with 84 gematria. United States of America, 84. Propaganda for a nation. You know, so many Americans, they see this news like, ooh, T.I., man, he's got these illegal weapons. I want to get some illegal weapons. I want to be like T.I. Then they end up in prison actually serving a real sentence. They didn't realize, you know, their lives were a little bit different than T.I.'s. Until next time, True C.